I am unique. I have 7 strings, not the usual 4. My master created me tenderly, so lovingly he treated me. Even at odd hours, he used to pick me up and play. His fingers created magic on me, and waves of sweet and rare notes emerged. This was the thrill of my life, and naturally, I gave my best to my dear master.
ಅಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ ನನ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ
ಹಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಠ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದಪ್ಪ ಜಾಣ ಅಲ್ಲ
ಅಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ಕೋಣ ನನ್ಗೆ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಹತ್ತಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಲ್ಲ
ಸ್ಲೇಟ್ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಸಮಾನ ಕಣೋ ನೋಡು ನೀನ್ ಓದಿ ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತನಾಗ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ದಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ರು ನಿನ್ನ ದಡ್ಡ ದಡ್ಡ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಕಣೋ
ಮೇಷ್ಟ್ರು ಹೊಡಿತಾರಮ್ಮ
ನೀನ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡಿಯಲ್ಲ ನನ್ ಚಿನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಕಲಿಯೋಕ್ ಹೋಗುವಾಗ ನಗ್ತಾ ನಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಕಣೋ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಕೋಪಿಸ್ಕೊತಾಳೆ
ತಾಯಿ ಆ ಮಗುನ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಬನ್ನಿ
ಚೌಡ ಸ್ವಾಮಿಗಳು ಕರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತೆ ಬಾರೋ ಶುಭ ಸೂಚನೆ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇವೆ ಬಾರೋ ಚೌಡ
ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗು ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈ ತೋರ್ಸಪ್ಪ
ತೋರ್ಸಪ್ಪ ಬೇಗ ತೋರ್ಸು ನೀನ್ ಓದಿ ದೊಡ್ಡವನಾಗ್ಬೇಡ್ವೆ
ಇವನಿಗೆ ಅಕ್ಷರ ಒಲಿಯುವುದಿಲ್ಲ ತಾಯಿ ಗಾಬರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಡಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ಇವನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿ ನಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅವಳು ಸಂಗೀತ ರೂಪಿಣಿಯಾಗಿ ಅವನ ಕೈ ಬೆರಳುಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಕೈಗೊಂಬೆಯಾಗಿ ನಲಿತಾಳೆ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿನ್ ಮಗ ಜಗದ್ವಿಖ್ಯಾತನಾಗ್ತಾನಮ್ಮ
The talented dancer Sundaramma, the mother of Chowdiah, was convinced that the future of her son too was in music only. Her husband Agastya Gowda and she were musicians, also proficient in Sanskrit. She began teaching music to her son. Little Chowdiah became joyous.
हरि समर्पणे माडी बतुकेरो हरि समर्पणे माडी बतुकेरो श्री पुरंदर विठल राज चरण कमलव नोडी बतुकेरो हरिय करुणदೊಳಾದ ಭಾಗ್ಯವು हरि समर्पणे माडी बतुकेरो.
It was not just a bed of roses either for mother or son. Severe resistance came from a close cousin. But Sundaramma remained steadfast. The boy learnt from his uncle too.
बालं मुकुन्दं मनसा स्मरामि मनसा.
In 1910, Pidaram Krishnappa, Asthana Vidwan of Mysore, a great master who sang in 3 octaves with ease, heard Chowdiah's voice and accepted him as a disciple. He began to teach violin. Chowdiah's gurukula vasam began. A long period, stretching over 2 decades, so singularly significant. The teacher's special liking of this disciple was evidenced by the specially marathon practice sessions. The disciple also was sincere. No wonder he remained a typical example of a nonpareil disciple. Another exercise he was subjected to was that he had to concentrate on one raga only for not less than a week. Once, Chowdiah got tired practicing Karahara Priya and began another raga, thinking that his teacher had gone out. But lo, a loud shout from downstairs demanded him to come down immediately. Chowdiah came down trembling. This was followed by a torrent of abuses. Within a short time, Chowdiah's playing of Karahara Priya attracted Pidaram Krishnappa, who now hugged him with joy and satisfaction. In a concert arranged in Mysore in honor of the arrival of the Shivaganga Mutt head, when the accompanist failed to come, Chowdiah played for his guru for the first time on stage. This sudden opportunity was properly utilized by young Chowdiah, and his guru himself was overjoyed. In 1914, in Sri Prasanna Sitarama Mandira in Mysore, he was accompanying his master. He made a slip. In the open concert, his master slapped him hard and loud. The 19-year-old disciple calmly accepted this chastisement and continued to play. One more instance of devout discipleship. He knew full well that what his guru wished was his perfection.
To my surprise, you are practicing Sarale. Then I asked Chowdiah, you are 69 years, you are practicing Sarale at this age, Mr. T. Chowdiah asked him. And he told me, I say, you people, you take a degree only once. But in our case, each concert, you have to take a degree. That is what he told me. He told me next day I am to accompany Chowdiah, Chambai Vaidyanath Bhagavatar. I should be fit enough to accompany, That's why I have to practice. Just like waves, you see, this Carnatic music. The same wave should not come. New wave should be coming. That is my object. That's why I am practicing, he said.
The opportunity to accompany other leading musicians of the times was permitted by his guru only after 16 years. Krishnappa's change of mind came dramatically at Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar's performance in 1926. Thereafter, Chowdiah accompanied Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar, Maharajapuram Vishwanatha Iyer, Ariyakudi Ramanuja Iyengar, Alattur Brothers, GNB, Madurai Mani, Semmangudi Srinivasa Iyer.
Chowdiah was one of the most sought-after violin accompanies in recent times. For the reason, he provoked the main musician to give his best and made the concerts lively and successful.
The greatness about Chowdiah's accompaniment was that he would faithfully follow the main artist. And as Mr. G.N. Balasubramanian used to put it to me, Mr. Srikantaya used to tell me, there will not be a single dull moment when Chowdiah accompanies us. And the concert will invariably be a success when he is by our side.
He married Nanjammal in 1924. By this time, he had created a name for himself as a solo performer too. After attaining a stature, Chowdiah felt the urge to tap newer talent for the growth of Carnatic music. So, he accompanied M.S. Subbulakshmi in her debut in Bangalore. Also, flute T.R. Mahalingam, popularly known as Mali. Pidaram Krishnappa's greatest ambition was to celebrate Rama Pattabhishekam in his Sita Rama Mandira, Mysore. Chowdiah understood and accompanied him all over the south. Their fame increased. Funds poured in. The cherished Pattabhishekam was celebrated with eclat to their greatest joy.
Chowdiah was always assertive about the Indian origin of violin. Irrespective of its present form, he felt that it originated in India. In support of this thesis, he referred to a sculpture in the temple of Agasthyeshwara in Tirumkudlu, the place where he was born. There in a pillar near the Sanctum Sanctorum, there is a figure of a maiden playing a violin-like instrument, a crude violin-like instrument, let us say, with a bow on the top, as it is done in the violin today, and which he always used to refer as Dhanurveena.
Chowdiah added 3 more strings to the violin to make it more effective. Pidaram Krishnappa was reluctant, but the great maestro Veena Seshanna, the guru of Krishnappa, was impressed. Madras Music Academy objected, but Chowdiah demonstrated the power of his instrument at another venue, Gokhale Hall.
When Chowdiah started his career as a violinist, 70 years back, microphones had not come into use. He had to accompany some of the greatest musicians of the century who had a very powerful voice. He thought that the sound of the violin was not adequate enough to support the main musician. So he thought over this matter for several years and added 3 more strings and made it a 7-stringed violin. After that, he became very popular. And though it met with, there was a great controversy over the 7-stringed violin, but he met the challenge boldly and succeeded and became one of the most sought after violinists in recent times.
He helped in bringing gusto to a concert by stimulating the main performer.
DNP Silver, Chowdiah and sound and our sound நல்ல சவுண்டு.
Awards conferred on him were many. He had several disciples: R.K. Venkatrama Shastri, V. Sethuramaiah, Palghat C.R. Mani, Kandadevi Alagiriswamy, Mysore Ramaratnam, H.R. Sitarama Shastri, and H.S. Anusuya.
Chowdiah அவர்களுக்கு அவருடைய குரு பிடாரம் கிருஷ்ணவை கேட்டா ரொம்ப பக்தி, குரு பக்தி ரொம்ப சாஸ்தி. இந்த காலத்தை பார்க்க முடியாது, ரொம்ப குரு பக்தி. ஆனால் அவர் சிஷ்யால் அங்கே இருக்குமே எங்களை ஏதாவது பிடிச்சிருந்ததுன்னா சிஷ்யால் மாதிரி வச்சுருந்தே ஸ்நேகிதால் மாதிரி வச்சுருப்பார்.
He was an example of a good disciple. And a guru too. He used to treat us lovingly as friends, said the late R.K. Venkatrama Shastri.
வீட்டிலே வச்சுட்டு அவள் சாதம் போட்டுட்டு சாப்பாடு போட்டுட்டு அவர் சொல்லி கொடுப்பார்.
அது வாசிக்கிறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம்.
This disciple speaks about 7-stringed violin. It requires enormous practice and minute fingering to bring about the gamakas. I could say that only he mastered it.
நடந்தது இங்க வாத்தியார் குருநாத சவடே அவர்களே.
ಪಿಕ್ಚರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅದು 1943ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಲಿ ಇದಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 5 ಜನ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಇದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾವುಕಾರಪ್ಪ.
This co-artist of Chowdiah in his film Vani in Kannada remembers his acting as the hero. This film that he produced was with his friend G.R. Ramaya.
5 ಜನ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ನರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಚೌಡಯ್ಯನವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ರೋಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೆಂಡತಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಅವರು ಮಗನಾಗಿ ಇದಾಗದಾಗ ನಾನು ತಾಯಿ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ.
The uniqueness of this film was the concert by Chembai Vaidyanath Bhagavatar, accompanied by Palghat Mani Iyer and Chowdiah.
He had made so many experimental things on the music that I still remember one instance that he was growing a lemon tree without putting a drop of water. That means he used to sit in front of the tree and play music. So that he used to instruct the gardener not to put water for the tree. And I have seen in my own eyes that tree was a big, very big tree and giving the best fruit.
My grandfather had a very peculiar, great desire for his old cars. He spent a lot of money to keep it trim even it was old. He loved to spend most of his time with one friends, drove them for sightseeing. He also spends a lot for this.
Another interesting trait of the maestro was his love for his old car, an emotional attachment. He was never tired of extolling it on every occasion, even to the Mysore Maharaja. Once, the Maharaja saw him and his car rolling down the hill. When he asked the musician about the car, he prattled, stating that his car was far superior to a new car. Poor Chowdiah thus lost a good chance of a gift of a good car from the Maharaja. This speaks volumes of his innocence. Just as his 7-stringed violin, this cute car too remained inseparable. He was deeply religious too. He had abundant faith in Sabarimala Ayyappan, Lord Anjaneya, and Kanchi Kamakoti Mutt. He led a simple life, very much attached to his offspring.
He comes from a Gauda community. Gauda community means the growers, that means they plow, work on fields, known as farmers. So from that family he has come to this art, this our Carnatic music has its own style.
He founded the Ayyanar College of Music in Mysore and Bangalore that trains hundreds of students. Chowdiah was also a composer of tillanas and kirtanas. friendship and mutual respect between the two great maestros, Chembai and Chowdiah, was unique. Chowdiah had himself admitted that the Sanman he could give to Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavata for making a gold kavacham to Sri Parthasarathi temple of Chembai had a salutary effect and remembered by Chowdiah till his end with joy.
எத்தனையோ வருஷம் சங்கீத உலகத்திற்கு பெரிய ஒரு கீர்த்தியை தேடி கொடுத்து எல்லாம், அதாவது இந்தியா பூரா, அதாவது ஒரு பாஷை வேறுபாடு இல்லை, சௌடையா அவர்கள் அப்படின்னா எல்லாருக்கும் இஷ்டம். தமிழ் மக்கள் சரி, மலையாளத்துல சரி, தெலுங்கு தேசத்துல சரி, நார்த் வடக்கையும் சரி, சௌடையா அவர்கள்னா எல்லாருக்கும் ஒரே முகமா சௌடையா சௌடையா என்று அந்த சங்கீதத்துக்கு அவ்வளவு மகிமை.
The greatness of Chowdiah lay in his understanding of the main performer and play accordingly. Whether it was Chembai's speed, Maharajapuram's flashes, Madurai Mani's spontaneity in Swarakalpana, GNB's brigas, Aryakudi's Madhyamakala, Chowdiah could revolve around the core of the vocalist. His solos were equally exuberant, giving the pleasing effect of a large orchestra, even at the ripe age of 73.
It is really unique that an artist at that age having about 6 concerts at the time of his death. And what happened, he was in the hospital. He was to accompany Chembai Vaidyanatha Bhagavatar at Bangalore. He just beckoned at me and asked me, tell the doctor I'm perfectly all right, I want to go and fulfill my contract at Bangalore.
Not only was he a maestro in art, he was a gem of a human who longed to complete his contract even on his last day. But he could not. Indeed, a rare honor to this Carnatic musician, Chowdiah's greatness is well matched by the Karnataka state in declaring a road after the late Chowdiah. Also, constructing the violin-shaped hall in the heart of Bangalore city, true to 7-stringed violin of Chowdiah. A delight to see this memorial is the delight to experience the vitality and variety of the maestro's performance.